Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And today I have a Blu-ray haul for you guys. Specifically, everything new that I bought on Blu-ray and 4K in the month of October. If you watched my anticipated releases video for October, you know that it was going to be a huge month, and I have two big piles over here with over 20 barcodes. Tons more movies than that, though, as you'll see as we get into some of these box sets. So, tons of things to get through today, so let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my October new Blu-ray and 4K haul. So I'll start off with the Blu-rays and then we'll wrap it up with the 4K here. So these first two were sent over from a company that I've been working with for a couple of years now. These are the latest entries in their releases, and so I'm super excited to get these in the mail the other day. We have the Visual Vengeance releases, Despiser and Kung Fu Rascals. So you can see Despiser still wrapped up, have not gotten to that one. That is spine number 16. As you may or may not be able to see on the side there. And then spine number 15 is Kung Fu Rascals. This one is opened up, so you can see the reversible cover art on it, which just looks fantastic. And so yeah, this is one that I am going to review. Both of these I will be reviewing, so look back at the channel in a couple weeks here. You should see reviews for both of these because I've yet to not review one of their releases, and I'm not going to start now. I will hopefully have a playlist up in one of the cards linking the reviews for all of their releases, all for the first 14. So yeah, I was very happy to get these in the mail. I love this company and cannot wait to see how these are. I'll say, Kung Fu Rascals is utterly ridiculous. It's exactly what I want. And so looking forward to finishing that one and then jumping over to Despiser. But like I said, I'll have reviews for both of these standalone reviews in the coming weeks here. So they sent over from Visual Vengeance, we have Kung Fu Rascals and Despiser, spines number 15 and 16, and both of these came out in October. This was a random sale find on Amazon. It went down to right around like $8, I think it was. So I finally snagged it. Have not seen this one yet, but this is the Firestarter remake from a couple of years ago. I don't know exactly if this was, yeah, 2022. I was right, a couple of years. So yeah, I've not heard anything really good about this, but I really like Zac Efron, and he is the father figure in this. So I'm looking forward to checking it out, even though most people don't enjoy this one. Super good price on this. So had to pick up Firestarter. This is one that has been in my Amazon cart for the longest time, and I finally said, forget it, I'm just going to pull the trigger because I want both of these in the collection. So I have the 10th anniversary edition of Grave Encounters. So this is a found footage film where a crew goes searching into this asylum, this like old abandoned haunted asylum, and of course they're going to get more than they bargained for because that's how these work. I do have the sequel that I found, I want to say I found that one at a Second in Charles a few years ago, and ever since then I've wanted to get the original, so I finally pulled the trigger. It didn't go on sale, and that's why I've been holding off on this one. I was waiting for a sale. That isn't happening. And the other thing I'll mention is this is a manufactured on demand, so a burned on demand disc, which I was not expecting at all, but totally fine. Still very happy to have this one and its sequel in the collection. I really enjoy these. This is Grave Encounters. This next one, I actually think came out in September, but I ended up holding off at that point. It dropped even a little bit more in price in October, so I decided, you know what? It's worth it, especially after having watched the original for one of my Shelf Space episodes. I really wanted to get all of them on Blu-ray. This is Tremors, the 7-movie collection. So, of course, there's going to be Tremors 1 through 7, even though 7 is not numbered at that point. But yeah, so I had most of these on DVD, and I think I had the last one on, no, I had A Cold Day in Hell, so number 6 on Blu-ray. But I didn't own number 7, and everything else was DVD outside of the first two, which I have on 4K from Arrow. So I thought, you know what, for about $25, this is a really good upgrade. So yeah, looking forward to checking the rest of this series out. This is Tremors, the 7-movie collection. Oh, you know what, I'll also mention, there is a glow-in-the-dark steelbook variant of this that you can grab from Walmart. I don't know if it's a Walmart exclusive, but that's where I've always seen it, is at Walmart. So that one was about $10 more. So I decided just to be a little bit cheap, given everything else that I picked up this month, and grab the standard release of this. So again, Tremors, the 7-movie collection. This was another random one that just arrived in October. I may have ordered it prior to October though. It was on back order for a while, but I already owned all 7 movies in this collection. However, I wanted to get this set to condense everything down. So that's why I grabbed the Conjuring universe, the 7-film collection. So this one is going to have all 3 of the Annabelle films, all 3 of the Conjuring films, and then the Nun, I think. Yes, not Nun 2, that one's not on here. So just the original. So I still do need to get the Nun 2 because that's the only one that I don't own. And I want to say, no, I think I had Nun on Blu-ray. So yeah, this really wasn't an upgrade on anything. It's literally just a shelf saver. So this went down to about $12 last month, or within the last 6 weeks here. So that's why I pulled the trigger on this for 12 bucks. I mean, you can't even buy like a 7-case set for that price anymore. So it was a really good price at like 12, 13 bucks. So this is the Conjuring 7-movie collection, which is really just a shelf space saver for me. Some of these I'm getting ready to show you guys have already seen if you watch every video here on the channel, but I know not everyone does, so I'm going to show them anyway. This is the Scream Factory release of As Above, So Below, and a full standalone review, not a standalone, a full review of this is available in Shelf Space episode 3, I want to say. So if you want to hear my thoughts on this, definitely check that out. But I love the movie. The collector's edition release from Scream Factory is good if you're a fan of the film, but I don't know that it's worth running out and spending $35 on when you can get the standard release for like $9 right now, I think. So there's only 2 additional special features on this, which total about 40 to 45 minutes, I think, of additional features. So it's totally up to you, but I would say for fans, this is cool, but if you're not a big fan, definitely just check out the movie because I think it's an awesome film. So this is As Above, So Below from Scream Factory. Here's another one that appeared on Shelf Space. I want to say this was episode 4, but this is from Umbrella Entertainment. We have Triangle. I love this movie, and it holds up incredibly well. And this is a region-free release, so it will play on your standard U.S. region-free, or standard U.S. regioned player. Totally fine, no issues there. And there are a number of new special features on here, including an interview with the director, which I thought was really well done. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile release from Umbrella. I love this one. This is Triangle. Here's another one that actually has its full standalone unboxing video of, but I figured I'd show it again here. This is the Hell House LLC, the complete collection, 1 through 4. So it's complete now, but from what I hear, I think they're actually making a 5th movie. But yeah, this is all of the Hell House films. And there's the back there. And this one you can see somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, right here. You can see it's listed as a Region B release, but it's Umbrella, it's region free. I tested that out in that video. Man, my house is so dusty. This is already dusty, and it's only been sitting here for like a few weeks now. But anyway, the Hell House collection, another set of found footage films. Highly recommend the original. Still have to check out the rest of the series, but very happy to have this in the collection. We have the Hell House LLC Complete Collection. Though we're only about halfway into this video, this is by far the biggest pickup of this video because this is actually a 30-film collection. I couldn't pass it up though. The Universal Classic Monsters Complete 30-film collection dropped down to a very good price. I think this went down to, I want to say around $60, plus I had like a $10 like, what was it, Amazon points or whatever it was. So I got this for $50. That's just over $1 a film. Like, you can't beat that. So you can see on the inside here all of the, wait, which way? This way, this way. You can see all of the collections that are included there. And so yeah, this is just a really awesome set. On the back lists all the films. So I owned, let's see, I owned The Invisible Man on Blu-ray collection and Wolfman on Blu-ray. I had Frankenstein collection on DVD though, so that was it. So I figured, you know what? This is a really good deal, and I love these movies, at least the ones I've seen, so I definitely wanted to pick this one up. So such a cool add to the collection. And now I had, for the longest time, a Region B release of the Universal Classic Monsters. It was in like the casket-shaped casing. It was super cool, but actually I have that one. I'm going to be listing that one on eBay now because it's worth quite a bit, and it was unopened. So I replaced it with this one, which is a very good deal. So I'll get more than my money back on that one, which is really cool. So yeah, very happy to add the Universal Classic Monsters complete 30 film collection to the physical media collection. Such a cool ad. Moving over to the 4Ks here, another big old stack of movies to share with you guys. So this first one here, the 4K reviews on this were excellent when it came out. And so I watched this movie on Tubi, I think it was, not that long ago, and I thought it was pretty good. So for the price, this went down to about $11 if I'm not mistaken. I grabbed It Came from Outer Space. So like I said, I've watched this movie not that long ago, sometime earlier this year, from 1953. I was trying to find the year on it. And it's a good film. Highly recommended if you haven't seen it. And this 4K, from what I hear, is excellent. So I knew I had to pick this one up once the price went down. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice that. I literally was just looking to see what the bonus features are. It says It Came from Outer Space, the 3D. I wonder if that's like a true 3D Blu-ray or if it's just the red and blue glasses type. Very intrigued to find out now. So that's a cool release either way, but this is It Came from Outer Space on 4K. This next one was totally random, another one that dropped down to right around $11, $12. I know very little about the movie, but it was October, horror movies, why not? This is Pray for the Devil. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say this is a 2023 release. No, 2022 release. And like I said, have not really heard anything about this, but I figured for the price, I would give it a shot. I'm trying to see who directs this. Daniel Stamm directs this one. So if you guys know if this is a good one or not, let me know. I'm hoping it's decent. Very good price on it either way. So yeah, happy to always to add 4K horror to the collection. This is Pray for the Devil. So we're getting into some of the new releases now, and this first one here I saw in theaters and I loved it. I think it's a really good movie. It is my second favorite in the trilogy that it concludes, but Ty West's Maxine. So Mia Goth is fantastic in all three of these. Though Pearl, I didn't like all that much. X is my favorite. I absolutely adore it. Pearl falls at a close second. This is a really good movie. The 80s aesthetic, the LA aesthetic is just spot on. It is so perfect. I love this movie. So yeah, very happy to add this one to the collection and very excited to revisit it. Even if the ending does leave a little to be desired, I think everything leading up to it was so well done. Kevin Bacon, phenomenal in this as well. So highly recommend this. This is Maxine on 4K. Here's one that I was contemplating canceling the pre-order. I own it on DVD only, but then I got to looking at the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray came out, I want to say, a year or two prior, and the Blu-ray is currently more expensive than the 4K was when it was, shifting in prices before it released. So I decided, you know what, hold on to it. It's probably going to be difficult to find later on, so I'm glad I kept it. This is American Movie. This is a great film if you haven't seen it. This is a documentary about these two Midwesterners who are trying to make a horror film. And it is so unique and well done. I highly recommend this one. I have sung this movie's praises. I think I've talked about it like in 2 different anticipated releases videos. I've sung it praises both times and I love this film. I definitely am excited to revisit it. I just haven't had a chance yet. So yeah, highly recommend this one. I have a feeling this one is going to be one of those that gets a little bit harder to find as the years go on, whether it's Blu-ray or 4K. So if it's one you're interested in, if you find it for a decent price now, I would recommend grabbing it. I don't know what it is about the Sony Pictures classics, but they just sometimes get a little hard to find. So American Movie is in the collection, and I'm happy to have it there on 4K. Here's one that I did a full standalone 4K review on, and frankly, it was probably my best 4K review that I've ever done in terms of the number of views on that video. It's done really well, so thank you guys for checking that out if you did. But this is one of my all-time favorite films, Signs by M. Night Shyamalan, finally getting the 4K treatment. And this is one that I was happy to upgrade. I'll buy it on virtually any platform, but I don't know that it's worth $35 to anyone who is not a diehard fan of this, because the upgrade, while good, it wasn't super blow me away noticeable like I was hoping, but I still think it's really well done, and I'm happy to have it. But I don't know, check out my review for my full thoughts. I love this film though, one of my favorites. We have Signs. Speaking of all-time favorite films, another one last month hit 4K, and it's Zodiac by David Fincher. And let me tell you, this one did give me that wow moment I was looking for. It looks stunning on 4K. I've only watched about the first half of it so far, which is why I've not done a standalone review, but it looks phenomenal. The Dolby Vision on this is great. It just sounds awesome. This is a fantastic release if you have not picked it up yet. It looks so good. I had been dreaming of what those opening scenes with the fireworks would look like for years now in 4K, and boy, oh boy, it didn't disappoint. It looks phenomenal. I highly recommend this one. Such a great movie. If you haven't seen it for whatever reason, definitely recommend it. And this 4K, I want to say this was only around 20 to 25, so a pretty decent price for a new 4K. Highly recommend it. We have Zodiac. I was actually planning on holding off on this one in the month of October when I talked about it in my anticipated releases video that month, but I decided to grab it. I got the best of me. I had to pick it up. This is Deadpool and Wolverine. And I guess the reason I grabbed this is because it actually dropped down to a normal price. I think this was the one where the steelbooks on Amazon before it released were somewhere around like $60, which is absolutely astronomical. That's ridiculous. And the 4K standalone was close to 40, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it dropped down to 25, and that was what I was looking to pay for it. Now, that said, I love this movie. It is phenomenal. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. My wife, my buddy, and I all went to go see it in theaters. We adored it. It's so good. It is absolutely hilarious. The cameos in here are A+. Phenomenal. Just such a great film. One of my favorites of the year. So I knew I was getting it. It was just going to be a matter of when. And the time was October, apparently. So very happy to have Deadpool and Wolverine in the collection. So I did pick up a couple of 4K steelbooks this month, and one of these I was not sure I was going to grab right away, but then I remembered, you know what, you have the original on 4K steelbook, you better pick up the sequel before the steelbook disappears. So I grabbed Twisters, and I don't know if this is a Walmart exclusive or not. I'm having a hard time remembering things tonight, but either way, this is a fantastic film. My wife and I saw it in theaters, and it utterly rocked us. We saw it in IMAX, and it was so cool with all these giant tornadoes going around. It was such an awesome experience. So I'm hoping the Dolby Atmos is kind of equivalent, but I don't think it's going to quite meet the IMAX experience. But either way, I cannot wait to revisit this one. I loved this one in theaters. My wife did too, so this is one we'll be watching sooner rather than later. This is Twisters on 4K. And the other steelbook I picked up was delayed to getting to me by a few weeks. I don't know exactly. I think this one was slated to come out either week 1 or week 2 in October. And I didn't get it until, I think, after Halloween. So technically November, but it was just on back order for me. But it finally came in, which makes me happy. We have A Nightmare on Elm Street. So this is obviously one of my favorite horror films ever. Of the big three, this one was always the scariest to me between Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Halloween is still my favorite, but this comes in at a close second. Like, I love all three of them, though. So, yeah, anyway, this is... I cannot wait to revisit. I've heard kind of divisive things on the 4K transfer, so I'll definitely have to share my thoughts when I get around to it. But, yeah, very happy that it finally arrived. We have A Nightmare on Elm Street. I keep saying on 4K. You know it's on 4K. We're in the 4K section, so let's just move along. Next up, we have another boutique label release, and this is one that my wife and I watched on Halloween because fortunately it actually came on Halloween. It was supposed to be there on the Tuesday of release, then it was supposed to be Wednesday, and then I'm looking late Wednesday and it hadn't even shipped yet. I'm like, what is going on? But fortunately, it arrived on Halloween day. So this is Trick or Treat, one of my favorite Halloween films of all time, and this 4K transfer from Arrow, oh my goodness, it is excellent. They did an excellent job with this one. This release is another one of my favorites of this year. I think I called Friday the 13th from Arrow a favorite. This ranks up there as well. I'm just going to open it up here because you have the 4K disc itself, and then you get all these art cards, or like postcards, which are really cool looking. Let's look at a couple of these. These are awesome. So, I mean, I think that's just creepy. I love that. And then we have the holding the pumpkin there. These are so cool. Like, this is such a good movie. So, yeah, anyway, on top of that, you also get a poster, a full poster, which is great, and this awesome booklet, too. So, yeah, this is just one of my favorites, like I said, and revisiting it was awesome. It was just such a great time. So yeah, it was perfect that it came in on Halloween, because then we were able to celebrate after going trick-or-treating with the kids. We were able to celebrate by watching one of our favorites. So yeah, awesome movie. Cannot recommend this 4K release enough. The transfer is fantastic. Like, it is so well done. Highly recommend this one. From Arrow, we have Trick or Treat. Last but not least was one that I had zero intention of buying because I didn't even know it was coming out. But then, once it hit, the reviews for this release have been off the charts good. So, I decided to grab it. I will actually shout out Last Movie Standing. Awesome newer YouTuber here, has a real big following already because his videos are excellent. Highly recommend him. He actually was the one that really sold me on American Pie from 88 Films. So this again is a Region B release. So I grabbed this one off of Orbit. Or I'm sorry, I grabbed it off of Diabolic DVD because it was sold out on Orbit. But yeah, I love this film. This is just a, I want to say a childhood, but like a teenage favorite of mine. There's a few scenes in here that of course I will never forget because of the age I was when I watched them. But there's still, I cannot wait to revisit this. This one just arrived not that long ago because I was late on picking it up thanks to it going out of stock. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I will link Last Movie Standing down in the comments or in the description box. Check out his channel, his in-depth and thorough review. It was like 45-minute review. It was crazy, but super in-depth. He goes over this release specifically. And then he released another video about a week or two later that looked at his entire American Pie collection. So if anyone is like the definitive source on American Pie, it's this dude, Last Movie Standing. So I will definitely link him below. But yeah, so happy to have this one on 4K in the collection. Cannot wait to check this one out. I'm definitely going to watch this one in November because it's just a favorite of mine. So last but not least today from 88 Films, we have the 4K release of American Pie. All right, so that is quite the stack of movies. I said it in my anticipated releases video that the month of October was going to be nuts. This was the other one I didn't have in that big stack. But I said in there that October was going to be crazy, and boy, I was not wrong. It was insane. So let me know, what did you guys think? What did you pick up in October? And I'll mention November is looking almost as crazy, hopefully a little bit lesser, but I guess the Black Friday sales will really be the deciding factor for me. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below, what did you guys pick up? Did you grab any of these Region B releases from Umbrella or 88 Films? Did you pick up any of those? I would love to hear about that in the comments. Do you use Orbit or Diabolic, or do you use another third-party website that's not one of those two? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear how you guys are picking up your Region B releases. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. So thank you so much for making it all the way to the end here. I really do appreciate that. But before you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.